Joining me now is Rasmus Jarlov, a member of Danish Parliament. Mr. Jarlov, thank you for being here. And I wonder what your read is on today's meeting and the message that came from President Trump just before it.
Thanks for having me on the show. Of course, I haven't heard from the meeting yet, so I don't know what they have discussed and what came out of the meeting. But we're hoping for a constructive dialogue about what the USA needs in Greenland that they don't already have, with a full military access and the access to extract mining that is already there. Because we'd be more than happy to assist them and open the door even more for them if there's anything concrete that they can point to that they need. So that's what we're hoping. But of course, as you also said, we have to make it very, very clear that we cannot hand over the sovereignty. We're not going to sell people and land to the Americans. The Greenlanders have made it crystal clear that they don't want to become Americans, don't want to be owned or governed by the Americans. And you have to respect that, and you have to respect treaties, international borders, and hopefully not create a situation where we have a confrontation that's even worse than the verbal one we've already had.
You depend heavily, obviously, on Danish support for the economy in Greenland. I just want to be clear. It sounds like you're saying there is no dollar amount in the world that the U.S. could offer that would change the outlook of the people of Greenland.
Correct. Greenland is not for sale regardless of the price. And people don't want to sell their country. I mean, I don't know why the idea has been brought into some people's heads that if they just raise the price, then people will sell their country. I don't think a lot of Americans would sell their country, and people in Greenland and Denmark are no different. We value our country. Greenlanders value Greenland. Greenland should be run by the Greenlanders. It should not be run by the Americans. And they have made it crystal clear that they want to stay with Denmark. They don't have a desire to become Americans in any way.
When you have conversations about Donald Trump, can you share what the view is of him there?
I was going to say I'd rather not, because people are quite angry about this, because, you know, we have always been an extremely loyal ally to the Americans. People from other countries will criticize us for having been too loyal to the Americans, having participated in their wars, having bled. People in the Danish army have died in quite large numbers in Afghanistan, where we have no interests. And in the 250 years of American history, Denmark has not done anything hostile to the Americans. So we would not expect this. And we think it's, disappointing is not a strong enough word for how people feel at the moment, because this is a big threat to our country, the worst threat we've had. We haven't had anyone else try to take our territory since Second World War.
So you have posted that any type of invasion by the U.S. would mean war. Do you have a plan, guarantees from NATO allies, a sense of what you'd actually be able to do if Trump were to take military action?
We know that the Americans can destroy us militarily, but you shouldn't expect that you can just send us an email and then announce that now Greenland is American. That's not going to happen. We will oppose it, of course. But we don't want to get into that kind of situation. I mean, the whole situation that we're in right now, where we're actually discussing the possibility of a war between Denmark and the United States, is so damaging to the entire Western alliance. And I don't know why you would want to do that, because everything in Greenland is available for the Americans. They can achieve everything they want just by, picking up the phone, talking to us, and we will be happy to assist, and we'll be happy to keep the door open. We have kept Russia and China out. They're in no way about to take over Greenland. Absolutely not. They have no activity up there. They don't have any mining, consulates. They don't own anything. We have kept them out, and we will continue to do that as long as the Americans don't treat us as enemies.
Mr. Jarlov, what's the stress level, the tension level in Greenland right now?
It's extremely high. There's actual talks about invading their country. It's being repeated on international news almost every day. So, of course, people in Greenland are very nervous and afraid of what's going to happen, as I think any people would be if they were threatened with invasion. They don't deserve this. They haven't done anything. They've been very loyal to the Americans. There's no hostility. There's no threat coming out of Greenland or Denmark at all. There is no illegitimate government. There's no drug trafficking. There is nothing that can justify this. No historical ownership, nothing like a treaty that gives the Americans the right to invade Greenland. They've signed numerous treaties with Denmark recognizing Danish ownership of Greenland over the centuries. The entire world, United Nations Plenary Assembly in 1954, voted for Greenland becoming an integrated part of Denmark. And now, all of a sudden, that's not being respected for absolutely no reason. It is quite a shock for everybody in Denmark and, of course, specifically in Greenland, where people are extremely nervous at the moment.
Rasmus Jarlov, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.